watchers, welcome to Perth Watch, your horology channel broadcasting from right here in Perth, Western Australia. Today I am going to compare this watch, which is a Seiko Turtle, the Save the Ocean first version I reviewed not so long ago, courtesy of my colleague James from work, against this watch, which is of course the second version of the Save the Ocean Turtle. I was lucky enough to get my hands on this for a side-by-side comparison. Very similar yet different. So let's just flip the camera around and take a closer look at these guys. Alright guys, here we are on the table with these two pieces. Please excuse the construction noise that may come through in the background, a little bit out of my control, but just introducing the piece here. So over on the left, the one I recently reviewed, this is the Seiko Prospex Divers 200 meter automatic SRPC 91K, otherwise known as the Save the Ocean Turtle Blue Whale, because the dial, there's that texture, those horizontal lines which are very iridescent, are supposedly inspired by the ventral plates of a blue whale. That's what I read in some places. So this is the version 1, the earlier version. MSRP 495, acquisition price typically around 350, maybe slightly less, and links that I can find down the bottom for you guys. Okay. The other one on my right hand is the newer version. So this is version 2. So the Prospex Divers 200 automatic Save the Ocean SRPD 21K, otherwise known as the Save the Ocean Turtle Great White, because it's got what you can hopefully obviously already appreciate, the great white shark motif. Okay, MSRP is around 550, online price typically around 375, because obviously you're getting slightly more for this watch with the metal bracelet as opposed to the silicone rubber. But apart from that, ignoring the actual bracelet and strap, you're getting pretty much the same watch under the skin, right? So exactly the same movement. It's the 4R36 movement from Seiko, in-house movement. Of course, the specs to this already. I'll put it in the middle here in case you don't know, for reference. All right, just going to show it there. The actual case, of course, it's similar or actually exactly the same. 45mm case dimension. I think about 13mm height. I've measured this before, and you can check out the original review if you wish. The materials are exactly the same, pretty much, right? 316L steel, aluminium bezel insert, and of course Hardlex crystal. There's no sapphire in this range of Prospex divers. They are both Divers 200. You can see that on the dial, meaning they're ISO 6425 compliant diver in terms of their testing and production. Right, in terms of the hour and minute hands, the indices, the chapter ring, the dial layout overall is exactly the same, and the lume, of course, they are both excellent Lumi Bright, which lasts all the way through the night. Okay, so what is different? Well, look, I've already mentioned the bracelet. This is the comfortable new silicone rubber from Seiko, and then this one is the bracelet, which I think I want to say is pretty much the same as other turtles that you may have seen. So it's brushed with kind of those polish kind of lines in between, polish on the sides, push pin adjustment, solid end links in this case, and then a pressed metal clasp without a diver's extension in this case, right? It's actually got the 4-point micro adjustment, pressed metal push button release clasp. So that's all you're getting with this one, nothing more than that, but go figure, right? Okay, what else is different apart from that on the case, right? You're getting a black PVD bezel, right? PVD coated bezel on the original version with a PVD crown, whereas obviously this one is naked steel. You can see that straight away. And then the bezel insert, you're getting two-tone blue on the one on the left, the original version, right? Lighter blue in the first 20 minutes, whereas this one is more kind of dark gray with blue, right? You're getting this. Is it black or dark gray? It looks like dark gray to me, like a very dark gray on the first 20 minutes here. Okay, different coloration on the bezel, but otherwise same material, same layout. The seconds hand is another point of difference. So the minute and hour hands are the same, but the seconds hand, the one on the right, has a slightly unique, as far as I can tell, unique seconds hand for this series. It's got the arrow point for the loom. This one has a lollipop counterbalance, whereas the one on the right actually has kind of a shark tail motif. That's actually what I understand that is meant to be. All right, so what's the main difference? The dial itself, of course. Okay, just feast your eyes on that. Now, both these dials really are quite gorgeous in the sunlight. I'll put shots down the bottom of the screen here with me kind of handing the watch around in different lighting, letting the light fall on different directions and letting it see how it change color. So hopefully you can appreciate that on what I put down the bottom here. The blue whale, right, this kind of James Cameron Rolex Deep Sea graduated style dial, right? You can see it starts out bright on the top and then graduates to nearly black down the bottom, and it's got those horizontal blue whale plates. All right, that's really the inspiration for that. Whereas the Great White is not horizontal plates, it's actually very much choppy waves, and hopefully you can appreciate at the 8 o'clock position, very near the 8 o'clock marker, you're seeing the fin, the dorsal fin of what is supposed to be a great white shark. Okay, and then the rest of it is kind of a sunbursty type of thing rather than the horizontal pattern you're seeing here, and it still kind of changes color, not quite as iridescent as the one on the left, but still pretty gorgeous in its own right. So what do I think about these watches? Right, the blue whale is a little more casual. It's got the black PVD right on the crown and the bezel. It's got the black rubber. Overall more casual. Obviously it has a more saturated dial, more iridescent dial, and it's got that very cool gradient. Whereas the Great White, I think stylistically, clearly a more versatile watch, right, in terms of being more able to blend in more formal situations. Yes, it is kind of a tool watch. It is a professional spec diver's watch, but I think in terms of which one would suit more formal locations, more formal wear, such as a shirt and tie, there's no doubt, I think in my mind, that this one on the right is more suitable for that. There's no PVD, it's more a muted blue rather than a saturated blue. And also, one thing I do like is the unique shark motifs that is coming through here, whereas this one is also unique in the way that that dial is pretty darn gorgeous. So which one would you pick? Let me know. I could easily live with either of these. I do like both of them. They are both very good looking turtle style watches. I find it difficult to split the hair. The only thing that would really push it over for me is the bracelet on this one. This one doesn't come with a bracelet because I'm very much a bracelet type of person. Check out my video on strap scissors bracelets if you would like. I'll put a link up here, but that would be really the only thing that would push me over. Okay, so there's my thoughts in a quick short video on these two watches. Let's flip it around now for the wrap up. So there you go, guys, my comparison side by side of Save the Ocean 1 versus version 2 of the Seiko Turtle. Let me know what you think about these watches. I reckon they are of course the same watch underneath, and they are actually both blue dial watches, but just a few tweaks here and there of the style, and it kind of really does change the character of the watch. So let me know what you think. I think I could actually very happily live with either, or better yet, maybe both. So guys, if you enjoy my videos, do consider subscribing. New content every week, always aiming to be objective and unbiased about all things horology. Thank you again for sticking with me, and as always, I'll catch you guys again next time.